My name is Isabela Muñoz. I'm the Executive Director of Invest in Bogota, which is the investment promotion agency and the convention bureau for Bogota. For those who don't know what we do as an agency, we are a multidisciplinary team with sector-specific expertise, allowing us to provide prospective investors with the value-add advice and information. I want to thank you, Carl, and of course, Pilar, for this opportunity. And also want to greet ProColombia. Camilo, thank you for your introduction, and also our partners, Invest Pacific and Ruta N, for sharing this scenario with Invest in Bogota. So we should start. So let me tell you why Bogota is the star capital for the IT industry. Our growth is remarkable. By the third quarter of 2022, Bogota grew 9.3%, performing better than Colombia, 7%, and Latin America with 3.2%. Our economic position has to do with the fact that we are a service city. 64% of our total GDP comes from activities related to services, followed by manufacturing, commerce, and construction. Bogota region economy is larger than some Latin American countries. In this graph, you can see that our GDP of $99 billion in 2021, it surpassed other countries such as Costa Rica, Panama, and Uruguay. Also, we represent 28% of Colombia's GDP and 22% of Colombia's inhabitants. We are an 11 million people region with a GDP per capita of $8.8 thousand. The 1,295 foreign companies which started operations in Bogota, the 95,000 companies created locally in 2021, and more than 400 of the Forbes 2,000 companies trust our city an outstanding location due to its dynamic business environment. Besides Bogota's impressive economic performance, you will find a large labor force, Camilo just mentioned that, and a large pool of customers for growing your business. More than 6.3 million people represent the young labor force in the region, which position Bogota as the fourth largest talent pool among the major Latin American cities, and the first one in Colombia, holding 25% of the country's total. In addition to a big talent pool, Bogota has a qualified labor force. Here you will find 39% of the country's total PhD and 35% of Colombian technicians and technologists. And also, 2 of the top 10 best universities in Latin America are in the star capital. For greenfield foreign direct investment, we have experiencing a compelling landscape. Between 2012 and the third quarter of 2022, Colombia received $54.5 billion, while Bogota region received $21.5 billion. That means 39% of the total FDI. Bogota is one of the favorite destinations in Latin America for foreign companies willing to relocate their operations due to our human talent, our cost efficiency, and our strategic location. In these investment flows, of course, United States stands out as the leading foreign investor in our country, followed by Spain and France. With 560 projects, the US foreign investors has generated around 75,000 jobs, while 60% of these operations are in Bogota. Florida is the third US state with the highest number of FDI projects in Colombia and Bogota region, of course, only behind California and New York. Florida represents 6% of the US investment flow in our city, 8% of the FDI projects, and 9% of the FDI jobs. The preferred industries for Florida investors have been software, IT services, business services, and financial services. At the project level, we have experienced the arrival of world-class companies headquarters in Florida, such as Cytel, Outplex, Lean Solutions, Nuke 8, and Holland & Knight. Now I'm going to share with you the reasons, 4 reasons why you should invest in Bogota IT industry. The first, we have an outstanding market with excellent opportunities. Since 2019, the profits of the IT industry have increased significantly in our country, supporting a market that will reach approximately $11 billion by 2025. That means around 3% of Colombia's GDP. Nowadays, Colombia is the fourth largest IT market in Latin America, with a 4.7% market share behind Brazil, Mexico, and Chile. Bogota have a privileged time zone for nearshore operation, and it is in the middle of the continent and of course aligned with the US time zone. That is why most companies want to install operation in our city. Our IT sector focus on software development and exporting services abroad. 37% of the business verticals are in software development and IT implementation, 12% in application development, 11% in software infrastructure. Furthermore, almost 35% of our IT exports serve the United States market. Also, Bogota stands out as the IT hub in Colombia. 65% of all the companies in the sector have chosen our city as their center of operation in Colombia. This company generates 71% of all profits of the industry and 70% of the jobs. We also stand a large and qualified labor force. That is another reason why more companies choose Bogota as their investment destination, especially in the IT industry. According to Page Group, you will see Bogota is one of the top 5 markets with the most IT professionals in Latin America. Thanks to our 126 higher education institutions, in the last decade, Bogota has strengthened an educational system that allow the city to have a population of approximately 330,000 graduates in STEM disciplines, of which 38% is IT talent among engineers related to technology industries. 35% of the Colombian computing science are similar graduates are in Bogota, including technologies, technicians, bachelors, specialists, masters, among others. Colombia also and Bogota's information technology industry maintain an excellent cost-benefit ratio compared to other Latin American cities. Just let me give you an example. We have a world-class talent. Bogota offers one of the most competitive salaries among the main cities in Latin America. These are 30 to 35% lower than cities such as Mexico, Sao Paulo, and San Salvador. 48% lower than Santiago de Chile, and 68% lower than San Jose in Costa Rica. Finally, here are some examples of IT companies that have trusted Bogota for installing and growing their operations. I would like to introduce you my team, Mónica Sanchez. She is our investment manager, and Vanessa Oces, she is our investment officer that will be and continue here with you to answer all your questions. And thank you so much. Very happy to share with you the information about our city and very happy to welcome you to Bogota.